How you doing today, folks? My name is Kyle Lanfear, and I have a problem. I just unboxed this beauty. Now I have something very crazy to unbox that I did not think I'd ever be able to get a hold of, but I managed to. So, if you're watching this video, brother, big shout out to you on making my dream come true. Now, I've been sitting on this for a day, and I just want to open this now. Because I am very excited. Because we have a $600 Benchmade. Now this is a $600 Benchmade. When it first came out, but now they are very, very hard to find. As you can see, we have a Benchmade 87. Oh, ho, 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 I am excited. Also, look at this sheath. That is an interesting sheath. Little multi-compatible sheath. That's pretty damn fancy. Knives are sharp. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Though I do like that. That's nice. Anyways, man, let's get to this. Ooh, my hands are shaking. I'm so excited. Man, that is gorgeous. So first off, this is made from each handle is made from a solid billet of titanium. This is milled out individually over the period of several hours, and it shows. This has this gorgeous stone wash on it, kind of an integral look on the sides. Magnetic spring latch, which some people say you can't squeeze and you can't squeeze and it pops open, but clearly it just did. I just figured I'd give it a shot, and yeah, it popped just fine. So, but how does it flip? It flips. That is really good balance point. And look at that blade. Whew. That is very different for a ballad song, and I love it. Oh my God, you hear that, folks? That ting. Oh, that ting. It's singing to me, everybody. And I'm not one to name my knives, but I christened this thing Siren Song. Oh, I love that. That is a beautiful noise. I am flipping off camera here, so I definitely do apologize for that. I don't open these things prior to recording them, obviously, so I am just experiencing this for the first time, and I am blown away. Oh, man. So anyways, back to the meat and potatoes handle play. It's there. It's not too bad though. Yeah, that's acceptable. Any tap? We do have some tap. Yep, definitely have tap. It's not too bad though. Oh yeah, that's what it is. God damn it, Benchmade. You and your fucking quality control issues. Look how off-center that blade is. Now, mind you, all ballad songs, when they're not fully expanded, have some blade play, so they all do this. This is normal. But as far as being all the way over to where it's touching the metal constantly, that's not okay. That is not okay at all. All that being said, though, It really kind of comes down to how it flips, and it flips very nicely. I love this blade. Not a huge fan of Wharncliffe's usually, but man, that's a really nice Wharncliffe. It's almost kind of like a cleaver / straight razor. That is gorgeous. All right, a couple size comparisons as far as the most relevant stuff. We have the BRS Replicant. The BRS Alpha Beast. And the Benchmade 51. So definitely bigger than the 51 by quite a bit. The blade is a little shorter than the Alpha Beast, and it's right along the same size as the Replicant. But the handles are all pretty much the same all the way around. The Replicant looks like it's a little bit longer. Nope. Dead on. So, with the exception of the 51, the 3 standards for the balisong, high-end balisongs, or mid-tech balisongs, I guess, or mid-tier balisongs, they're all pretty much right in the same line of each other. So if you have a Replicant, you know, you have an idea of what this is. You have an Alpha Beast, same thing, you have an idea of what this is. As far as the differences between them all, you know, I'm tempted to do like a versus video of which one of these is better. Oops. And yes, I do have a thing of lemon sitting here. Don't judge me. I'm always cleaning copper, man. I got a lot of copper stuff, so always handy to keep some lemon juice and some salt around. Anyways, I'm very tempted to do like a versus video between all of these, but one thing I've noticed about balisongs is that they are so incredibly unique to themselves that it's kind of unfair. You know, this one has its pros and it has things that I immediately like about it. It also has its problems, like they all do. I do want to shout out this magnetic latch, though. That is interesting. Now, you can't really get it out like this. You know, people say, oh, yeah, you can just pop it out. Not really. But if you know, close the handle in it, it pops out real easy. You get it just close to it, and it drops in. The latch for the Alpha Beast was trash. So I took the latch off. It was a pain in the ass. Wasn't really doing anything. I was nervous about cutting the shit out of myself, so I tied just a little red piece of paracord here. You know, flip this side, you're gonna bleed. Here's red. So having a functional latch is definitely nice. This will probably get taken off, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. I'm not really a huge fan of latches on my balisongs. And for those who say, oh, you take the latch off, you can't do the latch drop. Well, just hold it right there instead of the latch, and it still does the drop. That's better. It's kind of hard to do on camera. So the latch really kind of serves almost no purpose to me besides aesthetics. And again, the audio. I just like that little piece. I'm curious though if you can, let's see. Okay, that's always nice. One thing about a balisong is this is just a crazy secure knife. This isn't going anywhere. And on top of having this little piece of security there, this has basically become a fixed blade. You know, you can baton with this if you so chose, because unless you're going to completely shear off all of this material, it's not going anywhere. Now, should you baton with a balisong? No, it's not a good idea, but you can. And isn't that what really matters? Man, that flips so good. And I know that ting is the blade being bounced against the scales, but I don't know, man. I kind of think it's worth it. So, as far as my overall impressions on this knife, now mind you, this is a kind of a light review, right? I am not one of these people that's going to unbox something, carry it for 10 minutes, flip it around a couple times, and go, oh yeah, I know exactly what this knife is, and the goods and the bads and the pros and the cons. That to me is some bullshit. You can't pick it up, hold it for 10 minutes, and go, yeah, I can review this confidently. Like, no, you can't. So this is a review light. Basically, it is my first impressions of how it feels in my hand, the pros and the cons to it, if I have any overarching opinions, or if there's anything that jumps out at me immediately as particularly amazing or particularly bad. So please understand that is what this is. So first things first, I actually really like this latch. Most flippers tend to take the latches off. This will probably come off, but as far as a latch goes, it's very, very effective. I also love that you can lock it in like that and still pop it out. Now, you can lock in the 51 with the spring latch, but look. Oh, that was actually a cheat. My palm hit it. It just stays there. So that little piece is nice as far as making it just a little bit easier to maneuver around. Will I latch my balisong while it's open? Probably not. Sorry about that, folks. I just shook the camera. But it's nice to have it. This Wharncliffe blade is very, very unique, man. I kind of worried that I might make it a little too biased to the blade. It's pretty decently thick blade stock. It's not the case at all. It's very much centered. It's not really blade heavy. It's not bottom heavy at all. It's just pretty much right in the middle, which for me fits just fine. It is also very sharp. I have not cut myself with this, thankfully. I've learned not to flip with the bite handle. Well, for now anyways. Give me a little bit. I'm sure I'll cut myself open again. Yeah, that one, can't really see because my tattoo, but that one was super deep. Those, some more. That one, I could stab myself in the wrist not too long ago. There's definitely blood involved in flipping the balisong, but I love it, man. Anyways, so we also have the crazy, milled out titanium billets. That is insane to me. You can feel the care that's being taken into it. This stone washing gives you excellent grip. I love the styling of this. Again, the spring latch is fantastic. I don't see any issue with anything coming loose. Everything's pretty secure. The blade rub is upsetting. It's very upsetting, actually. But, yeah, I was going to say but. It's okay because of the noise. But nah, that's going to have to take a point down. So my overall opinion on this knife at this moment is going to be a 90. Now, the primary reason why it's not 100, honestly, is literally just because of how incredibly off-center that blade is and how much it contacts the scales. Now, again, a balisong will always have this little bit of wobble to it. You'll find the same thing in the Alpha Beast. Oh, wrong side. See, it still moves. Same thing in the Replicant. Again, still moves. It's just part of the mechanism, but none of these blades actually connect with the scales itself, so that is definitely a pretty big problem. Because of the price of this knife and how much it was just coveting it, it's kind of going to overlook it. The 51 is also very heavily off-center. It does not touch the scales for this one, but it's very close. So that's two balisongs from Benchmade with two very, very severe issues with centering. So that definitely, for me, made it knock down a whole 10 points. Now, again, my rating system is 1 through 100 or 1 out of 10, so to speak. So for this one, it'll be a 9.0 or a 90. Now, it is still an absolutely excellent balisong. It's very, very unique. The balance point is absolutely fantastic. The latch is very, very interesting, very handy. It feels great in hand. The balance point is near perfection. Really, the only issue with this knife is the blade bias, or the blade bias, excuse me, the blade rubbing against the scales. Other than that, this is absolutely perfect. So basically, you have to ask yourself, are you actually going to use your balisong to cut? Now, a lot of people who I've seen will carry a balisong as a secondary just to flip with and toy with and never actually use it. I will actually use it. I literally have been EDC in the Alpha Beast and only the Alpha Beast since I got it. I want to EDC this as well. Now, because it comes in contact with the handle, it could definitely dull the blade, or it might not. Honestly, only time will tell, and an actual full-on review will be coming for this. And in that review, after some pretty heavy use, we'll definitely find out if this blade is going to become dull. But again, if you're not too worried about that, this piece is absolutely good to go. It is heavy on price, but if you can find one, it is absolutely worth it. It is genuinely amazing. The acoustics are incredible. It flips better than anything I have so far. The replicant is a very, very close second. Now, mind you, when they're actually around, between $300 to $350, this is $600 stock when you can find them. They go for a lot more on the secondary market. I've seen these go for $1,000, between $800 to $1,000 all day long. I did not pay that. Again, for the man who sold me this at such a fair price. Technically, I traded for it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You genuinely made a dream of mine come true that I never thought I would actually have. Now, as always, I love you all very, very much. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes, your comments, your messages. You know, you are a constant source of inspiration for me to just keep on trucking, to keep on trying to be a better person, to keep on practicing what I preach, because even I sometimes struggle with negativity. Sometimes people upset me and I want to say hurtful things or do bad shit or just straight go over there and beat someone's ass. But the thing I keep telling you guys is to be positive, to love one another, to forgive, to forget, and to remember that we should always strive to be better tomorrow than we are today. And just your guys' overwhelming responses and positive nature has definitely helped me maintain that mantra throughout my actual life. So again, I can't stress this whole thing enough. I love you guys. You always say how much I help you. You guys help me. You know, I love this community, this whole little thing that I've managed to build up with just, 200 something subscribers, but I love you all, man. And I hope you understand that I don't care if I get to 200,000. I will stay the same exact way, and I will still be overwhelmed by all of your kindness, your love, your generosity, and I will do the best I can to always pay it forward. So with all that being said, I'm going to call it a night. It's 6:30 in the morning right now. I have to wake up to go to work in an hour and a half, and I have not slept. Life has been crazy. So I love you all very, very much. Hopefully you enjoyed the I'm about to say review. Hopefully you enjoyed the unboxing and first impressions. Please like, subscribe to the content if you did. If not, no hard feelings at all. I still love you. Take care, folks.